Hey, Mark. Hi, Dave. Howdy. High 70s.
Got that. All right, 6:30, we'll start the meeting. Let's see, so we do have 2 executive sessions on the agenda. Does anyone have a need for another?
One that was scheduled, I believe, is not going to be here.
Okay, so
We can just remove one of
Okay,
those.
all right, so we'll remove one of the executive sessions, and add in, Otter Creek Watershed Insect Control District. Any other need to amend the agenda? Can I have a motion?
Motion to accept agenda as amended.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, anything on the, meeting minutes of April 2nd? Everything looks fine to me. Okay, town manager's report?
I just wanted to point out in your packet, I had a article from the New York Times. It was called "They Scoured the Northeast for a Space They Could Live and Work in." They actually did pick Pittsford. They're
Yeah, I
in the
saw
old
that.
Ferraro house.
Oh, they did pick it?
Yeah, and the woman Melissa is very, very nice. I've met with her several different times
Yep.
about different things.
They did pick the Route 7?
Yep, we did.
She's been here for a while, I think, getting the
Well,
house ready or
the-
something, cause
yeah,
I've seen her at the library and around Village Farm and.
About a year probably now. She's
Yeah.
been here.
Okay.
I think she moved here from California. She's a very nice lady.
Oh, so it's not a recent sale.
No, but they made it sound like it in the article, but
Yeah.
they did pick Pittsburgh in it. Yeah, she's very, very nice. I have
Yeah.
not met him yet.
What's their plan, Ann?
I think weddings, right? Like a wedding.
I'm not sure. She's been
destination.
talking to Jeff on some stuff. She's also looked at buying adjoining properties to maybe be able to do something bigger with the property. I don't know her full
This is
plans.
the one right in the village?
Yeah, the one that was Ferraro's, that was the 2 houses,
Yeah.
by,
Yeah.
what is
Oh,
it,
the
Blackberry
place,
Lane or
Yeah.
something?
Oh, there.
Used
to be Pleasant Doors.
So to
Yeah.
use that back
Good shop there.
part, that's a fairly big piece of land.
Down back.
Down
back.
Blackberry,
Yeah, it is.
Blackberry Lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
isn't it private?
Blackberry Lane, I believe, is a private
Yeah.
lane. But there's not many houses on it and 2 of them have been vacant for a while, I believe. So, she's looking at trying to get a hold of
Way down in.
the landowner of those 2 properties. So,
Parking.
Oh, is that what you were thinking about, Carly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that for this one.
Oh, yeah.
That's right back.
Well, we'll let them deal with that.
Something in town.
Yeah, I know.
So, we did the moving of the offices April 3rd. A huge thank you to our highway department for taking the day to help with the massive move. It only took like 3 or 4 hours to get everything moved between the 3 offices, which was a minor miracle, I thought. We only had 1 major computer hiccup because we were missing a coupler
Whatever that is,
Connection.
sure.
split or something. I don't know. Stillaway finally came and fixed it today. It was great.
You mean from actually having to physically move the computers?
From actually physically moving all the
Yeah.
computers and everything, the only thing that we're missing was like 1 little splitter thing.
Okay.
In the end, but she had a whole bunch of random stuff under her desk and it was way above my pay grade.
Mhm.
So I was like, Silhouette needs to come in and figure out what's actually
Yeah.
needed and what's not under there. I did attend the town manager administrator luncheon at Regional Planning Commission on April 10th. This was the day after the select board meetup. So we were discussing the shared assets conversation that the select board meetup had, as well as projects upcoming in each town. Dolores Getcha has started as the assistant town clerk payroll administrator, and I hear she's learning very quickly, which is great to hear. The new bookkeeper, her name's Stormy, will be starting April 21st to learn as much as she can from Pat before Pat's retirement.
Is that the first or last name?
Her first name's
Okay.
Stormy. I honestly can't remember her last name.
Okay.
May, but it's spelled weird. It's not like MAY, I think it's MAE or something like that. But she seems very nice.
Okay.
The staff have asked about bringing back the employee barbecue that
Heck, yeah.
stopped the year I started
I
that,
know, that was
we never
fun.
had it.
I don't know why we did
Good
stop.
So-
stop that.
so,
John used to do it.
as long as the select board's okay with it, I'm planning on bringing it back and making.
The old town manager used to do all the cooking.
That's, maybe that's why that stopped, because John was the grill master,
Yeah, he
and
was the
then,
grill
since
master.
he's been gone.
Yeah.
We'll have to find another one.
I
Yeah.
have no problem cooking or cooking. Yeah, I know, but it was funny because the highway guys came to me and they're like, we used to have this thing, and I'm like, yeah, it was before I started. They're like, we kind of like to bring it back. I'm like, okay, I'll find out. I have no problem with it.
So wait, did you say you have a date for that already?
No,
Oh.
I'm gonna work with Liz. It'll probably be in September, so once all the camps are done and
Okay,
everything.
yeah.
It'll be a little bit cooler, cause some of us fair-skinned people don't do so well in really hot weather.
You know, there's a whole pavilion there, right? The cute-
I do.
end of the sun.
I do. Banners have been ordered from the Vermont Covered Bridge Society for Covered Bridge Week. And I'm gonna be working with the winning image for the one on the village green, as we discussed at the last meeting. Belden was able to pour the concrete for Bridge 108. It's in the curing stages and they're still working in between the barriers, trying to wrap up that side of the bridge. I know that they're pushing right along to try to switch traffic over as soon as possible. It's looking like the first part of June potentially
Okay.
for the switchover. And Marskowski Excavating has been working on hooking up all of the lines on the new sewer main on Plains Road. They've been trying to keep it just daytime road closures. Last night, the road ended up being closed all night long due to some complications with a couple of connections yesterday.
Did that have anything to do with the Congo church? I saw that.
Nope, the
No, that's-
Congregational Church is the sewer,
Sewer thing.
the sewer line is broken there. And
Okay,
we knew it. We had to wait for Green Mountain Power to be able to hold the power lines there. And with the ice storms right after we found the line break,
oh,
we had to
okay.
wait to be able to be scheduled in with them.
Gotcha.
I don't know how that turned out today. I
Looked
haven't,
like they were wrapping it up.
Yeah, it looked-
well, I know that they dug in two different
Yeah, they
spots,
did, they
so,
had to go on the further end.
so I'm thinking they probably found another, which Sean was afraid they would once they cambered it, 'cause what they did was they went in, fixed it, then cambered further up to see what the next section was. Yep,
Who did the excavating
Markowski's.
on the, at the church?
Yes, because it's 9 feet down. And with all of the,
So if we were to get an
We don't
excavator,
have
we
excavator.
might take 10 feet, right?
Yeah, got one that could at least 9 feet. I knew that was coming.
there's gonna be,
Bucket truck to hold up the power pole.
Yeah.
That's after the excavator.
the staff meeting, I'm gonna hold a staff meeting April 23rd at 9 AM to introduce new staff to all employees so that,
April 23rd?
yep,
What time?
9 AM to Thursday, cause that's when, most of our staff is here. I found a company that will serve our condensers and evaporators for our heating and cooling system, and I'm gonna be scheduling that to be cleaned, cause I don't think it's been done since I've been here. So. finally
Thanks for picking up on that.
Not a problem.
I know, because we talked about it quite a
Yeah, we
bit
did.
at some point, but I guess.
I thought we had someone come in.
No,
We were gonna look into it.
Oh.
I think that
It's
might
been a
have
while.
been- I
That's
think
when it
that-
first came on. you were talking about.
Well,
I
they've
think it was-
broken down and we were talking about,
Is that it?
yeah,
Alright.
and we patched them up and then we forget about them. And it seems
So-
to be the MO.
So yeah, it definitely needs to be done.
it needs to be,
Till they break again.
it needs to be cleaned. A lot of us are having breathing issues in the building and we think a lot of it has to do with the
Yeah, that's no good.
filthiness. I mean, these filters have been changed. Dave changed them like a week and a half before he left, so they were changed fairly recently.
Okay.
Someone had asked me to price out an option for temporary pens for dogs. I have pricing. I think it was you, Dan, that might have asked about temporary pens. So I have pricing so we can go over it after the
Or would we
meeting.
have to possibly hold a
A
stray?
dog, a stray dog.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, you
why
guys
are we
were
doing
here.
that? Yeah.
When that came up before, Christie found a used one that's collapsible.
Okay,
That was like half as much as, or less than a new one.
Hmm.
And bigger than the one they were looking at,
okay.
so. I
You-
don't know if it's still-
You and I can get together and try to
Okay.
figure it out.
I know collapsible would be good.
Yeah.
It would be, well, the one I have is just, you can drive the pins in to hold the panels
Oh,
to
okay.
build it. And then you can just pull the pins out and just stack them up.
Okay, yeah.
I think, at the time, we were gonna try to set it up indoors and also have a cover on it. Cause a lot of these animals
Good.
can jump out.
Jump, oh, yeah, they're.
Okay,
they're
that,
jumpers.
well, then I'll have to,
Well, okay.
I'll meet up with you and we'll
Yep.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Regional Planning Commission has asked to come May 21st to our select board meeting to go over the 2026 regional plan with all of their maps and everything. They want to know if you would be willing to meet at 5:30 or if you want to keep your 6:30 time frame. I've gotten emails from you guys going both ways, so they're just looking for a response on that so that they can plan what time to be here on the 21st of May.
I thought we should just keep it at 6:30 and just keep the agenda late. Just for the sake of continuity of always meeting at 6:30.
Time of year is a little tough to get here at 5:30.
You know,
Whatever you wanna do, I'll do either one.
I'm going
22,
to, that doesn't matter.
so yeah, so when you're making the agenda for that week, just,
Make it a light
make,
agenda.
yeah, unless there's something
Put
like
it off.
super
Yeah.
pressing, you know?
I don't foresee anything super pressing. I'll be coming back from vacation the week before, so
Yeah, okay.
I'll keep it light. And I'll tell them 6:30. They're expecting about 45 minutes, but if Logan Solomon comes to give the presentation, I'm betting he'll be done in 25 minutes.
Yeah,
That boy
fast
is a
talker?
Speed talker.
All right.
Regional Planning Commission last night, I had a hard time keeping up with that one. He's a great guy, but wow. Peter Katie's widow, has asked, to notice former clients that she has all of his records, and if anybody would like to come and pick up their,
Oh,
old real estate title information or whatever, she'd happily give that to them.
okay.
She's got it stashed. People can reach out to me. I have her phone number and email, and it's also on our website. Cause she would really like to get rid of the boxes upon boxes.
Peter passed?
Yeah.
Peter passed,
Yeah, just recently.
yeah.
We had quite a few people pass
Yeah.
recently.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regional Planning Commission tomorrow night from 6 to 8 PM. They're having an Act 181 training so that
Oh.
people can learn what Act 181 is.
I'm planning on doing that and I got the email that has the link, so I don't think I had to actually.
You do not have to
register, right?
RSVP or anything. You can just show up.
Okay.
That's 5:30?
It's at 6, from 6 to 8 at Regional Planning Commission, or you can do it online. If you go, they're giving you pizza
Woohoo.
in person. I know.
Evelyn Street?
Yep, 16 Evelyn Street. Regional Planning Commissions also wanted to start having people mark their calendars that they're doing an open meeting law training on May 7th, and they'll have more information coming. VLCT did one today that I watched most of it. I got interrupted a few times with computer stuff up and down the hall. I'm gonna rewatch it and I have the slides if anybody's interested in that presentation as well. And Regional Planning Commission said the next select board meetup will be in July and they're looking for a town that might wanna host it. I think that's all I've got.
So we're gonna keep that select board meeting on the 21st at 6:00, at 6:30.
And I'll notify Stephanie of that.
All right, any questions for Ann? Any select board, remarks?
Yeah, I've had complaints about the road damage on Truck Road. Where they're running machines in and out for that solar field. I saw they've gouged the road.
Oh, really?
I assume excavators or something. Looks like today when I went by, they finally widened the entrance, so maybe they're unloading off the road now, but it looks like they've been unloading and loading right in the road.
Chad looked at it the other day, he didn't see the damage, but I'll send him back up, cause I know that they have been bringing in more equipment, cause I've gotten. A couple of people telling me.
It's not right where it doesn't seem to be where you drive, cause I haven't felt it, but
Yeah,
it was brought to my attention, so I slowed down tonight and there's some pretty good gouges in our new asphalt, so.
okay,
That's
Did
terrible.
they post a bond?
they didn't because I believe that was an existing roadway.
I don't know. We might wanna.
So how does that work?
Most of the time when you have a construction, you request a bond, so nothing gets damaged.
Right,
And a lot of times, when they're bringing big equipment in, can require. I didn't know if there was one in the process or not. If not, we should request one immediately.
I think the way this town works is the only time that we ever have a bond is if they're putting in a new driveway, not for or if they're going like under the
You
contract.
can do anything you want with a bond being set up with a contractor. I've done it. You just don't, you gotta have a bond, the damage is already happening and
Yeah,
Okay, I'll read,
otherwise it's a cease.
Yeah, I
You know,
haven't driven in
it's
a long
the
time, I
same-
didn't realize.
Array that's on the east end of the truck route, right by 7?
no,
Close to
no,
7?
it's down,
On the back field.
just before Otter Creek on the right. Buzzles. Barn side of the road out in there.
I'll
At least I
reach out.
assume
I'll
that's
think if
what
you
they're doing
approach it,
out in there.
You can negotiate something.
No,
with
I
the
know
contractor.
the owner, so I
Yeah.
can,
Who's the contractor?
Hunter Excavating,
Oh,
out of
yeah,
Londonderry.
Yeah, you should be able to have a
Yeah.
conversation. They're very.
Yep.
Good company.
Good.
What was it? Yeah.
Well, Dan and I went to the last select board meetup and that was really good. Yeah, I know. I like that they're gonna have those going on regularly. And then I texted Chad a couple times during it because we were across the street from a few of the guys from the select board in West Rutland and we're talking about how our guys had helped them with roadside mowing, I think just last year. And they weren't sure if kind of like they'd reciprocated.
No, we had contracts, we actually did it 2 years ago for West Rutland,
Okay.
last year for Proctor. And what we do is we give them a rate for man and equipment per
Okay.
hour, to keep track of the hours and bill them.
I just meant more like he was talking more just like, what can we, if we needed anything, what could they do to help us or whatever, so.
Yeah.
But it's just really nice with some of those smaller towns, and there's,
Major conversation was around sharing assets
Yeah.
that they call it. Graders,
Mhm.
talked about buying graders together. I'm not so sure that's a great idea.
which that was one of the things I texted Chad about, was like, hey, do we wanna borrow a grader? But I think he said we were supposed to get it back on Friday, didn't
We were
we?
supposed to get it back on Friday, we did not get it back on Friday. He was calling Tuesday to find out where it was, and I saw him briefly today, but I forgot to ask him
Yeah.
where we were at with the grader.
Do you know what was done on it? Yeah.
I don't know entirely what was done on it. I know the last time Chad talked to the gentleman, he was waiting for 2 more parts.
Jeez,
But
we're gonna
I
need
know
that.
Chad was starting to get really frustrated
Yeah.
that we don't have it back. He gave it to him last fall, expecting to him,
I
for him to work
understand
over it last
This
winter.
mechanic is using the same excuse to a lot of customers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Good guy, I think he's
Just
too
a little-
busy.
Yeah.
Don't help.
and it's big equipment, so sometimes it takes 2 hands, and I don't think, or 4 hands, and I don't know as he has 4 hands to do the job sometimes,
Mm.
by my understanding.
Mhm.
We have a backup plan for,
Get some Dave Mills up to help him.
But really, it should be done.
Vacation week coming up.
Hey.
Yeah, you're on it. Sure,
I'm gonna be in Idaho, so good luck catching me.
Alright, anybody else have anything? Any public comment?
On the public.
No, public, not even online. There is one person on there? Oh, yeah, but.
Converting back to the meeting with the other select boards, maybe we should check with Chad to see if there's anything in the way of equipment that he could use the next time we have this meeting.
I
Yeah,
did
well-
check with him, and he said right now he
Is
doesn't
that pretty good?
he's in a pretty good spot, other than trying to get our grader back. But he said that he's actually really good about communicating with other towns a lot of the times, if something was to happen. But he would let me know if there was a need.
Okay. And I think there was
Come
some, I think there was some talk of having, I'm assuming Devin was kind of gonna be spearheading the, kind of like a master list for
Yeah.
all the Rutland County towns of who has what equipment,
It's
to possibly,
it's actually part of our emergency plans. We list
Yeah,
all of our equipment in our emergency
Okay.
plans.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't take much for Devin to pull that
Yeah.
page
That's
from
where he-
everybody,
oh, yeah.
Pull it From,
because they're all part of our limps.
Weren't they gonna, a few years ago, Tom, do that?
They were, we were gonna have, it's almost like a mutual aid agreement.
Yeah.
we have with
Right,
fire
yes.
departments. I mean, we know what every town's got for equipment.
Mhm.
And then sometimes you'll set up well, like the other night in Chittenden. That mutual aid probably went the best ever. That house was saved because of the way we do mutual aid. There was automatic response from Chittenden, us and Rutland Town all at the same time. That tone went out to everybody at the same time, and if they hadn't gotten them in bid, we'd probably lost that house.
But that's also
Fantastic
kudos
stuff.
to your telecommunicators too.
Yeah, yep, and dispatchers, the dispatchers have to know how to do it, sometimes we got some excellent ones, and sometimes.
Who
we
makes
sit
that
there.
call, Tommy? To call in the other departments? Like this was. Chittenden.
Dispatcher, that's automatic. Normally, if it comes in structure fire, we have.
It's an
automatic-
SOP, isn't it?
Yeah, standard operating procedure,
I've done.
yeah, which makes sense, cause you can always cancel them. Right, you know,
Oh, you
Yeah.
do respond,
oh yeah,
The structure.
leave the house and everything?
yeah, until they tell us to back off or hold in station,
Good deal.
because this way you've got people, especially in the middle of the night. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you've got that time delay,
Mhm.
and by the time you get there, it's sometimes too late, so.
They
you
did
know,
that,
Time is,
our barn
most
was on
critical.
fire.
Mhm.
They did, we had 5 towns show up before we could call them off.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
so yeah, boom.
Yeah,
Even though some of them sat there the other night but hey, then turn around and go home.
sure.
Yep.
And it's the same in the middle of the day too with
Oh,
people
yeah,
that are
you're
working.
you're short of daytime people sometimes, they're working out of town. So, it's not like it used to be years ago, a lot of people were working in town, now they're working out of town,
Right.
so, well, it's working well.
All right, let's go into old business. So we have police cruiser and body cameras.
So Chief did bring to me in full disclosure another company this week that he thought we should try to look into. I went on their website, I did some research, I looked through the quote they sent. And I honestly don't feel comfortable going with them.
No,
They,
okay.
their quote did not include any setup, it didn't include any support. And they weren't gonna be uploading anything to the cloud, so we were gonna start having server issues and having to
Oh.
buy a new server and that kind of thing. So although it seemed like it was gonna be much less expensive, I think in the long run. It might have shot us in the foot if we tried it. And I don't know if they have anybody in Vermont that they're currently using or very few. So
Okay.
It was a little different. I did talk to Bill about it today. After I did some research. So unfortunately, Motorola seems to be it. We didn't find out from Motorola yet if they'll go up to the cloud or not for what we currently have, but if they won't, we bought the storage thing to hold what we have and will have until we receive these cameras.
Okay, so the yearly subscription fee doesn't include uploading to the cloud? It's not.
It
part of
will going forward, but right now we're sitting on about 6 terabytes of video.
Okay, okay,
That we need to figure out how we're gonna store it. So we had talked back and forth with Motorola and we haven't got confirmation whether they would be willing to upload all of our old data
Mhm.
up to the cloud too, or if we're gonna have to store that here. But that's the only,
All right.
thing here.
How long does that have to be stored for, ever, or is there?
So all of the videos have to be reviewed. Some of them can be deleted because either nothing happened or it was minimal, or it's gone to trial, done and over with. Criminal, some of those have to be kept indefinitely. Some of them have a 7-year life and some have a 5-year life.
A lot of stuff. to keep
But
people
as software becomes obsolete, it's gonna be harder and harder to watch those videos too.
Mhm.
And that's been, I guess, a topic of conversation within police departments and the state and government, you know. But I mean, we're doing what we can to be proactive and hold what we can, but all of our cameras right now that are in cruisers and on people are pretty much full. We're waiting for that new, I'm gonna call it a memory box, to be able to dump off from what's being held already, cause that storage is full. And then we can dump everything that we have on all of our cameras and then dump it to this memory box. And then we're gonna take the server, dump that to the memory box, and then once we clean up the memory box some, can have it so that the server and the memory box have exactly the same things on them. I've been talking to Sillaway and it's the best way. So that if something happens to our server again, which it has happened in the
You
past,
got the backup,
Yeah,
we've got a backup.
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense.
And the backup will not be stored in the police department, it'll be stored elsewhere. Just in
Yeah, it
case.
should be separate.
So-
location.
I did go ahead after our last meeting and order, I'm gonna call it the memory box. So that we'll have that as the backup,
Yeah, okay,
even if we can't upload what we have to the cloud, we'll have it
all right.
securely backed up.
And did we know if there's any grants out there for this? Did we?
There are not currently, Motorola was trying to find out, but so far we haven't even heard of any upcoming.
Okay.
And we're at a point now where we're at a tipping point. We can try to wait a little bit longer, but we have cameras that are starting to fail, so I don't wanna wait too long
I don't know.
before we don't have functioning cameras for our officers. It becomes a safety and liability issue.
And how many is this for again?
So it's for 6 body cams and 3 cruiser cams.
I don't see that.
It's on page 4
Oh, I see where the, right under
It's-
city.
is the in-car system and page 3 is the body cams.
Okay,
And we're hoping by moving to the cloud rather than the server, the on-site deployment and configuration and project management may not be as much as quoted, but we're not 100% sure yet on that.
Taking at the quote, was what you voted on in the last meeting.
They didn't vote, they waited for full board.
we're waiting for you guys.
We're
So
ready for you guys.
we didn't want to make such
Right.
a large
You ready to
purchase
jump on
without,
this one?
so I
No,
guess,
I just wondering. I just
So-
wondering where we were. I was kind
Yeah,
of,
that'd be better. if we-
so why are, that's some, I mean, it's like, it's, so 6 cameras, right?
Yeah,
But then like, I don't know, so on,
So-
so
so-
line 7, what's that, there's like, there's some things that are only 1, but then there's only 6 batteries, well, 6 batteries and but 9 learner subscriptions, right?
because you have 3 for the cruisers and 6 for the.
Okay,
body.
okay.
6 plus 3 is.
Line 7, there's only one
Thanks.
because that's line 7, there's
Pat teacher.
only one because it can hold 8 slots. So with 6 cameras, 8 slots would be enough
Okay,
for the charging and transfer station.
okay,
How long does it take to get these things? They can do it.
I have not gotten an ETA. I am assuming it's gonna be at least 2 months.
look at
Yours,
yours.
it'll be well probably.
It was in your,
Wait a little longer.
I put it in the back of your packet, because it was in
Here,
last
have
time's
mine.
packet. Yours was like a giant binder clipped packet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he got it. No, it's got one of these on it.
Nope, nope,
Okay.
didn't have anything. That's why I'm confused.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Annie, leave me on a little bit.
I didn't mean to. It was not intentional, I promise. I have another copy in my office and you can have it after the meeting.
I just wanna look.
Yeah.
no, they're expensive, but we also,
Not cheap.
it's not like it's not a want, it's a need, unfortunately.
And I mean, the only good thing is this year, even without budgeting for it, we've got the building income that can
Yeah.
offset
Mhm.
At least some of it.
the
We're almost
cost
close
for
to
this
another
year.
Too, if we get into next year's.
Next year's budget.
Well, we will, because next year, what we end this year,
Right.
June 30th, our
July.
fiscal year starts July 1, so that can help
Yeah,
too.
Is this directly from Motorola or is there a
Yes.
is directly through Motorola?
Yes,
Who does the installs now?
Motorola sends out a team to do it. They have a team that comes out to do it.
And that's involved, and that's included. in the
Yeah,
cost.
that's the
Yeah,
16
that's-
grand,
Okay. And then,
920.
I know, I'm just like saying it out loud for people who are watching.
yeah.
And then, so,
It includes extra batteries, it includes the install kits and mounts that we need for the vehicles, the wiring.
warranties, the warranties on these.
It covers warranties. There's actually a 5-year extended warranty. So what happens is, depending on the year, if it's the first year, you know, they'll try to fix it. If it's year 3, you're just gonna automatically get a
Okay.
new one.
Yep.
Kind of thing. It comes with the video managers so that we can have the video manager on the computer so that they can watch these videos. And if it doesn't need to be uploaded to the cloud, it can just be deleted at that point.
Okay,
It does come with the holsters that they need for their
yep,
vests.
okay.
That's the line 6, the jacket mag mount thing.
So all this equipment has 5-year coverage?
5-year warranty, yes.
So that's basically our expense over 5 years spread.
So our 5 years, yep. So if you look on page 5,
What's
it's
that?
broken down.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, yeah.
$11,000 a
It's,
year.
it's still scary.
Oh, yeah. it's-
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but any other
Can't
company we
subsidize that
found
with that.
doesn't really
No, they
work in
don't.
Vermont much, and that kind of scares me. I don't wanna be the
Part
guinea
of the
pig.
original grant.
About 11 grand over 9 units is just over $1,000 a unit a year.
Yeah. Yes, broken down like that, I guess it's much more manageable.
No.
Easier
It's a
to
veritable
swallow.
bargain.
Yeah, consider that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Consider the income that
No.
the department's producing, how can we ask them to work with?
No, I know,
We
no,
can't-
You
and it's
can't.
we
Yeah,
legally, they have to have them,
They
so,
have to.
More liable.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
liability would kill us if something happened.
I know.
Yeah, this would be nothing compared to what that would be.
Oh, I get that.
so,
So I will make, to speed this along, I will make a motion that we agree to this $74,500 over 5 years or whatever it is.
Second,
To get these,
get them in.
body cams and car cams.
Second.
any further discussion or questions on?
The motion said over 5 years, is it paid over 5 years?
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm clear on that.
Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
I,
Okay. All right, back to the old public nudity ordinance.
There you go.
Thanks.
So it appears we will be the 3rd town in Vermont to have one. St. Albans approved one.
Oh, did
On
they?
March 17th,
There you go. Snowden.
Interesting,
Um,
on St. Patty's Day nevertheless.
or it might have been the 18th, but it was right around there. Kathleen Ramsey from VLCT sent me a copy of theirs. I liked the wording better. I think it was much clearer with the Brattleboro one, so I did not change the one that you previously had used.
Said you didn't change?
I did not change
Okay.
anything. It
It's
is
just
exactly the
the one
same.
from Brattleboro, isn't it?
Well,
It's Brattleboro tweaked to Pittsburgh. I got rid of a couple of things that I don't think we will ever see in Pittsburgh that are in Brattleboro.
VLCTs you thought was
No,
better?
VLCT sent me one that St. Albans just did. St. Albans one is pretty cut and dry. It doesn't have as many definitions, and I think the definitions are what are needed to make it clear. And I did go back and forth with Kathleen Ramsey from VLCT and expressed my concerns with the other one, saying I really liked the definitions in this one more. It made it so that a breastfeeding mom's not gonna feel like she's breaking an ordinance.
yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Right.
So unfortunately, I have to ask a question.
Okay.
As I read through section 3, I didn't think it was clear. And it discusses the public areas, I get that. It describes private land out of view, but nowhere does it say anything about private land in view. And that seems to be the issue that I've heard around town, that it may be on private land, but it's in full view of neighbors and people walking by. So I'm
I
unclear.
thought that was the issue.
Yeah, I don't see
So-
that written in here.
So I can make a number, section 3, number 3, and say on private land in view of the public. And it's gonna be the same as what number 1 says, nudity is not acceptable and prohibited,
Public locations.
right?
And that's the problem is from what I've heard from the people that have brought this
Yeah.
up,
Right.
that it's much more about public viewing on private.
On
land.
private lands, it's actually
Yeah.
viewable in
Right.
public.
But they do in section 2, under the definition of prohibited, public location does address streets, sidewalks.
It does, but it doesn't describe somebody, if you have a person that lives
On
next
their
door to a
front
house
porch.
and they have to go out in their front driveway and look at someone naked.
Yeah,
standing next to them,
no, I
That's
know.
in view of the public.
I guess I was just thinking that coming
Yeah.
closer to the street somehow addressed that.
Well, I was hoping it
Private,
would, and I
yep.
read it too many times and I really got tired
Yeah.
of reading it. So that was gonna be my suggestion, we make it clear
Yeah.
that, and
Okay.
I'm all for the private land out of view, that's anyone's business,
I
but
just don't know.
if it's in public view on private land,
No.
it's gotta be
Right.
be
Did
stated.
Gary say anything about the legality of that? I mean, like, cause you know, private property is private property, but when it's in view of
He,
neighbors or.
he read this
Passers-by.
and said he had no issues with this. I can change it to say on private land in public view.
Who was he?
Gary.
Okay, all right, Gary. Yeah.
Sorry,
I just didn't know if it was
Yeah.
clear for what I understood the issues to be.
so like I said, I can make a number 3 on private land in public view and take
Right.
what's in section 3(1) and make it,
Well, I'm just wondering if the
Well,
group feels that's how we should address it, so.
Is it a state law or is it Montpelier that I believe still says if you leave your private property entering public property naked, there's nothing wrong with it?
Yeah,
That this was all over the news every year. when
Right,
they
you're
do
like,
it
you
at
can
the
be
State
naked in
House.
public, you
right,
just
but you
can't
can't-
undress.
You can't undress in public, right?
Is that a lot, ordinance in Montpelier? That's where it happens when they
I know,
have
I
the white
have
thing
This
at
is our,
the
this is
State
our
House.
town ordinance, you know,
So-
it hasn't.
But
so-
if it's a state law, we can't.
No,
But-
no, it isn't.
No, I had the.
these will supersede that for the town by what I understand, cause that's why Brattleboro adopted the ordinance they adopted. Because, they had a lot of negative nastiness going around in the late
Yeah.
90s with it,
That's-
and so that they did their ordinance to supersede state law so that
That's
they could
correct.
control it, because when I was a senior in high school, downtown Brattleboro was like a nudist colony. So in order to clean that up, they enacted their ordinance that they had.
That'd be great.
That, which is what we're.
Yeah, what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
No one's, yeah, it's held its ground, so.
Yeah.
I just wonder what the group thinks, cause I think that was what the concerns were, I just wanna make sure that we.
well, right, if we're gonna go through all this to adopt
yeah,
this, we
might
don't
as well
want it
include
to
that.
be
Well,
actually
there's
addressing
no
the
harm in having
problem.
that in there, that's for sure.
Private or public land.
Yeah, let's just see about, yeah, check with Gary, the legality,
Check with Gary,
yeah,
but definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll change it.
We just have to have that, cover
I
that,
think
Yep.
that's what the problem is.
that is
Well, it is the
Wow.
problem.
in multiple locations, so
okay,
that's the only thing I have.
no, yeah, thank you, no, I think it's good to, let's just keep tweaking it until we get it where we want it to be. Okay, zoning administrator alternate discussion,
I still haven't found one.
okay. All right, that was quick.
I put it out there to all of the planning commission and none of them jumped on it. Unfortunately, when ZBA met, I had to leave for a family emergency in the middle of the meeting, so I didn't get to the end of the meeting where I was going to approach them.
Yeah, no, that's okay,
So
just keep looking, or keep, you know, yeah,
I'm gonna put it out there, on our website that we're looking for that
okay.
as well.
All right. Okay, so, and then the final old business was back to the Otter Creek, watershed insect control district where we did vote last meeting to, adopt the proposed amendment, but I guess I'm a little confused again. I know you told me, right? But now just remind me exactly what happened.
Steve Felcher said that he felt like, and I think I had in your packets both ways, like what they had on their meeting minutes and what they were proposing to adopt. He believes we received one that was a draft and not their final revision for their Article 5. So he needs us to adopt this version that I included on the backside of the email to make it legal.
Yeah.
And they, the Watershed Insect Control District has asked the town of Pittsburgh to do a revote.
Okay. So it's essentially the same thing,
Same
but
thing,
just,
well,
just as a formality
Yeah.
or technicality, let's just, you know, if we could please revote on this
I
one.
move to adopt it.
Any further discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, new business, covered bridge camera options, which, you know, we have been talking about actually for some years now, and our poor bridges have been getting hammered and cameras would be great, so we can actually potentially hold people accountable if they're good enough to get a good license plate image.
So I had a conversation with, a woman, Joanne, from T-Mobile, and I included their 6 different cameras that are all, Wi-Fi or they're basically cellular
cameras.
cameras. Most of, or some of them are solar operated because we obviously don't have power to our bridges as options. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention, tell you this is kind of what's out there. It's something for us to think about because we have had discussions since I started here about cameras on bridges and what we think and,
And you said this was T-Mobile?
T-Mobile.
Do all of our bridges have T-Mobile service at them?
So I asked that and she said,
They do?
she said that there's great coverage in this area and I told her I don't know because I don't have T-Mobile. So it's one of those things we can try it and if for some reason it's not functional for us, we just need to let them know that it's not going to fly.
Okay.
I honestly don't think this looks like that bad a deal when you go down. and-
Oh, it's not a horrible deal, no, as long as they work there.
I would say if we got it with a stipulation that we were covered, I think that might be something, at least we should try on a couple where we've had issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These aren't that bad.
And I didn't even think, did we discuss asking Proctor? I think we, didn't we just maybe
they're
see
in
if they
the
would
group.
wanna split at least one of them with us for forum?
I can ask, I don't know if that was a conversation
Yeah.
done with a previous
If
town
not, I
manager or not,
So
and
we're
they've
talking
gone through a
camera
couple
on
too.
each
so.
end of the bridge, cause they're coming from 2 different ways.
No, I
One camera
know.
May not pick it up
Well,
one way
I
and
think
the
that
other
they
way.
put them in, there's one that's cover 360, isn't there?
So,
And put it in the middle. If that,
does that
If
mean it moves with the motion? What does that mean?
Yeah,
Does it move?
I don't know, it's one of those, does it push by
Or does
itself,
it have
or does
two
it have
ends?
2 ends, these
Oh, I
cameras on
see.
either side?
Yeah.
Yep, there's a couple of them that rotate 355 degrees. And have 140-degree tilt.
That's
I honestly don't
There's
know,
only,
I honestly don't know much about these, I can reach out with more questions if we have them.
Yeah, cause I'm already thinking like, where I've seen cameras on other covered bridges, they're usually in a pretty, like, inconspicuous spot,
yeah,
which means though, would that then make the solar panel part of it, like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
well, yeah,
They can run a
you wouldn't be
wire.
able to have it in the bridge.
Well, that's what I'm
with
saying, so,
solar.
and which is where they usually are, so, you know, just to kind of like not wreck with the, kind of really mess with the, aesthetics of the bridge, but,
I'm sure it'd be high enough in the peaks, so you wouldn't even notice it probably.
Well, yeah, but you still gotta have a solar
You still have a
panel
solar panel
that's gotta
somewhere
be outside
To get, yeah.
facing a southerly direction to get.
those can be remote, the panel from the camera.
oh, can't, yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
quite a
yeah,
distance.
you can have it
Or
for,
have off the side where you wouldn't even see it,
right,
Oh,
going
okay,
into it.
I see.
yeah. Or some of them just strictly batteries out to the long lasting batteries.
All of these are
They are.
solar
Oh,
panel.
Yeah. They're making them have a long lasting battery too, I think.
Yeah, well, this last one, right, or
Yeah.
what, this one has, it's solar panel also, and also has a battery for,
Yeah,
wonder how this.
how many bridges have we got?
4,
4 bridges.
3.5.
Well, 3.5, yeah, I got it.
yeah, cause
Forums, half hours.
So 5 cameras. No, we'd have to do 10 cameras. Worth of, if you were putting them on each end.
Where'd this come from, Ian?
this came from T-Mobile.
Would they,
More trouble with one than the other, and this one not here more.
So actually, Gorham, I don't wanna jinx it, but I don't I can't remember,
No, Gorham's been
Having-
hit.
Gorham's been hit.
Gorham's been
It's
hit.
but not like
Oh,
Depot.
Depot gets.
Depot is the one that gets
That
slammed
gets
the most.
slammed.
But I
And then
suggest maybe we start with Depot, and
I was
see how
gonna
it goes,
start with one.
and then if it works
Yeah.
out well, we can add it on, if it doesn't work, we can.
And Cooley's got a fair amount of
Cooley does too.
damage too.
Yeah, Start with those two.
Well, if we start with two, I think we should start part way.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
start with those two and see how they work.
Would they send a tech to look at this?
I will ask them.
That'll
I know,
tell us
and
if
I
we
don't even
need
know why I
two
said
or
4,
one in the
because we don't
middle.
need one on Hammond.
No,
Not really.
No, nobody's driving through that.
Right, that's not, you know,
Chad.
You don't want that for vandalism.
right, which I mean, we have talked about cleaning that up and stuff,
So-
but,
Let's try with those,
Five.
let's try with two, yeah, and see how it goes.
no, that's a good
Yeah.
idea, yeah.
Well, and if we go, where the heck is it? If we went with. So that's 5, so if we do those 2 bridges and half. If we can get Proctor to split, the 5 camera standard plan would cover
They
it.
would cover it, yeah.
Where did they send the video?
I believe it can go to cell phone, so it could go to like my cell phone and Chad's cell phone.
Our police don't have cell phones provided by us, correct? They do?
They do, yeah. they
Maybe
do.
that's.
I
where
would
we can
think we
go
wanna
with.
go into the police, that's where you'd think it would go,
We can have it go to the police.
or at least one, somebody, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I don't know,
It might be
that's-
worth asking, how many can we have it sent to, you know?
Right, I know, cause it wouldn't, if it was like Ann and then someone on the police department. Yeah, if it could be more than one person, that would be cool.
I guess my
Oh, I
other,
see
I
that.
think you can.
right, my other question would be, so at 30 gigabytes of storage, does it start? Kicking old stuff out and putting new in? So it's a revolving,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah, it's a 30-day cloud history unless we pay for more.
Which we wouldn't need that, I mean,
Storage.
once we know
I
it's,
need it live.
once we know it's damaged, we go look, you know, we don't need.
right, what I'm, no, but I'm just, yeah,
We can record anything else.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
transfer.
they
it.
should be able to back an incident up to a driver PC or something.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
Is this the only company we talked to?
No, I had talked to Verizon before and they were supposed to get me information and they didn't. Cause Verizon is who we've had. T-Mobile's trying to get our business and they're trying to get our cell phones and everything,
Mhm.
but it's a lot to decide on.
I know, no, make us a good deal.
Cell phones at the police and
Well, if we've gotten
stay
better,
away from,
they may be able to go to more than one phone, I'm sure.
I know,
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna ask if they have a tech to help set up and how many can it be sent to?
okay,
Or if there's a link that we can go in and view it, that kind of thing, so multiples of us could have the link to view. Whatever happens to.
yeah, cause we've gotta buy all these. animals.
Right, we just gotta figure out what camera we want to.
this may help our police if they're wondering where somebody fled to.
well, that's, I know, I remember just a few, 2-3 years ago. When Depot got hit and all that, there was a bunch of like vehicle parts, actually, I mean, they hit it, the bridge hard enough, they left parts of the vehicle, and then we just never were able to find out who it was, and it would have been. Great to have gotten a shot of that,
Yeah, we
you
have.
know?
Maybe if you could describe to them what our situation, we wanna use it in, maybe they can make a recommendation of which one would fit that best. And then maybe we should just leave it with Ann to
Mhm.
make a decision on what type they recommend. And
Yeah,
we don't wanna go up or in, but we wanna have something that
Right.
covers.
Something's gonna
That's
be
fair.
job.
yeah.
Yeah, I can bring it back to
Yeah.
you too, once we know what their answers are for this stuff too.
Also, and I feel kind of silly that I didn't do this already in preparation for tonight, but reach out to Beth Brown at the Covered Bridge Society and just see
Yeah.
what they,
Yeah,
what,
they
you know, if she has an idea of kind of
On some of them.
what other, you know,
Yeah,
like
maybe.
Lindenville and some of the other towns that have a lot of bridges I get at. Are using.
What was that town up north that just put that big steel thing?
I thought that was
Oh, yeah,
Lindenville.
that'll
Yeah.
stop them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
that was
yeah,
cool.
they got a beautiful thing.
It was nice.
Yeah,
It's
it was
actually
nice.
pretty.
It's
I
actually
know.
nice, I saw that.
And looking at these, it
Right in
looks
front
like
of the bridge,
this,
yeah, like, I don't know. 15,
Reeling,
20 feet
go
before the
PT
bridge?
plus 4K
Big
can be
steel beam
set
across
up
there, you hit that sucker, you don't know it.
But it's decorative.
determine
But it's a decorative.
humans or
Yeah.
vehicles, so you may be able to, it would be
Oh.
nice if it was set up so that it only picked up stuff
Motion
that's big enough to
activation.
hurt the bridge.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And not get every bicycle
Yeah,
and
I wonder if
motorcycle
we can
and
tilt
car.
it or not, angle it the right way so that
Excuse me.
if it is a bigger truck, it would.
Well, yeah, but you still gotta get the plate, so you can't angle
They
it.
might have. a-
But this may, my question would be on this one, if it can be set up to pick up, differentiate between cars and trucks. Because you're gonna have a ton of video
We also
with
have,
every vehicle that goes through.
but we also have instances where kids go in the bridge, and burn their tire, we've had bridges catch fire.
That's what I thought we were after.
Yeah,
Okay,
and that, for the vandalism also.
Yeah.
You lose the bridge due to fire.
Brandon.
No kidding.
No, yeah,
Queen's
we've had-
Bridge.
I can remember two that we've gone and put fires out on
Oh, yeah.
bridges.
Somebody lost their whole.
And we lost the whole
Yeah.
couple years ago.
Dean's
What happened to
Bridge.
Anderson?
Brandon lost one by fire. So there's two in this.
yeah, well,
area.
that was,
There was
kid
one.
lit it
Oh, yeah,
on
that-
fire, it
yeah,
wasn't
well, which one was?
If we get those answers, I think we can.
Yeah,
have a lot of
We can play with
conversation.
them.
Yeah.
all right, cool.
So do you wanna
Yeah.
table that?
Yeah,
yeah,
right, okay, resignation from Otter Creek Communications Union District. So Greg Hiltz had resigned, so we have just one person who I did talk to and said that he makes most of the meetings, I don't know, if we know anybody that would like to be a second, that would be great. But it sounds like a lot of towns are having a hard time getting to, so,
So I talked to the woman again last night who's been emailing all of us. And she said that most towns are just the one person is what.
yeah.
So if we don't find an alternate,
Right.
she's like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So we should maybe just put it out there that if anybody is interested in being an alternate on the communications district, that would be great. But we do have a rep who is still interested in being involved, so.
Thank you for checking. with me.
Yeah. Okay,
You need to,
oh, and then so
you
that
need to-
appointment form, because,
you need
yes,
to appoint him, like do an official vote. or-
we have to reappoint Brett.
Brett, yeah.
Okay, so Brett Mullen, who's currently been our rep and is interested in continuing on, so.
motion to reappoint Brett Mullen.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Zoning, ZBA resignation,
So I got,
We talk about moving this to executive session. Is that possible?
I don't know how to legally do that now that we,
Brings me back to a phone call I had before I saw this.
okay,
Well, I think we can.
I think we can.
You can
We're
just
talking
make
about
a
this right now.
comment
Yeah.
that it's been moved to executive session,
Yeah.
but it'll have to be included in the executive session
okay,
findings.
all right, I just wanted to make sure that was, all right, then
Yep.
sure,
Let's do that.
okay. Okay, FY 25 finally got our audit,
well, you got your,
and now we got the
Well,
contract
you
for
got-
next year.
you got fiscal year 24. Fiscal year 25 is the one.
Sorry,
we're in
you're right,
now.
you're right. Yes. I apologize. So, yeah, so we have the contract for,
I read through that whole thing on the plane ride.
did you?
I stayed awake the whole time. No, I read the whole thing.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
Yeah.
Anything
budget?
jump out
No,
at
no, everything Ian said looked straight. I couldn't see anything that,
you? Okay.
perfect time to do it on a 5-hour plane ride. So,
Yeah, yeah,
I gave up.
yeah, I read some of it.
this quote that came in for next time,
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
that a little bit more than last time?
It's a little bit more,
More, yeah.
What was the,
We didn't really go to bed, did we?
25 too.
we paid
I-
more, weren't we paying more for,
Oh, it's 30. Yeah.
no, I thought we paid 30 something for,
Sullivan Powers we did in the past.
yeah,
I did reach out to Sullivan Powers. I never heard back.
yeah,
According to Helen, there are several towns desperately looking for an auditor, and I know that it's on the VLCT classifieds. There's several towns looking right now. I believe you're going to find that Sullivan Powers and RHR are the only two that are now gonna be doing municipal audits.
Which means we need to nail them down soon
We need to
because,
nail them down. I did ask Helen today because they gave us 30 days to sign the contract or whatever. I asked Helen if you guys approved them tonight and signed the invoice, if she would cut a check tomorrow, because our next meeting is out of that window and I wanna make sure we're covered
yep, okay,
if we're going with them, and she agreed that she would accept that, to be able to pay them tomorrow.
okay.
This was the first year they did it, right? Or
No,
was
this
it
is the
Second.
second.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the one they just did was the second?
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't see a reason to go with one more. Not, I mean, not to go with
Yeah,
for another one.
yep.
Yeah,
I know, I think we should, you know,
I agree. I think it's good to change auditors occasionally in
Sure.
this sequence. They've only done two.
And we've had the lead for our audits has been a different person here too, so it hasn't been the same people with RHR. The first year I dealt with a woman who's actually moved up in the company, and she actually does a different part of Vermont now. And then this year it was a woman by the name of Samantha Ruggles that I dealt with.
Mhm.
So even within RHR, we're being changed, so that it's not the same people looking at our stuff year after
I
year.
think that's good. I would like to make a motion. We go with this, proposal for this year.
Do you have a dollar amount?
I do. Let me make sure it's exact.
I think it's,
I have 26,400, is that correct? $26,400.
Any mention on time, that, on the timely manner?
So- they did tell me that the sooner we sign the contract, we could lock in the dates. I talked to Helen today. I'm going to try to push that we get this audit done before Pat leaves.
Hmm,
So
and
that
she's leaving in August?
she's leaving the first week of
First of
August.
August.
Wow,
We want
okay.
a lot of-
So it's,
July and August.
it's gonna be tight and we might not be able to do it. If not,
Something
I've pulled most of the data myself anyways the last 2 years.
Okay.
We may have to call Pat in if we can't figure it out. I'm hoping Stormy will pick up the information quick enough that we should.
I
be
would
able
think
to
if we
handle
need her
it.
for a couple extra
Oh, I'm
weeks to
sure
get
she
it done, I
would.
think, if she would, I think
Right.
that's very acceptable.
Sure, so I did have an extensive conversation with Helen today about trying to get it done
Mhm.
quicker so we could get it back quicker.
Do you work with them on the audit?
RHR, yes.
No, I
You gotta have
know,
a second.
I know, do we have a second?
Conversation.
Right.
Do we have a second?
Not for me, you know.
I'll second. Go,
No,
did
I
you
don't
have,
have
were you starting
one.
asking a question, Dan, another?
I was just asking how
Oh.
close, and with her background, is she works with them on that?
I do.
Kind of,
Yep.
And I took over, Sullivan Powers used to do our depreciation for us and everything. I took it over when I started here because I wanted us to do it in-house and have control of our asset lists ourselves. So we now control our asset list and we control the depreciation. So every year I work on a NEMRIC program we have, and it helps calculate the depreciation, but I double check all the assets and I go through with our department heads that have assets and make sure what's listed is what they still have and go through and update it.
That's excellent.
so. Just throw it out there, are you qualified to do this whole thing,
An audit,
this audit?
I am not, I did not get my CPA.
It has to be a separate audit.
We have to have.
And you have to have it
we
separate.
Yeah, we couldn't do that.
No, it needs to
So,
be out
if
of
my
house.
understanding is there's only 2 shows in town anyway, am I right?
It's getting down to that, yes,
I haven't heard back from one.
Haven't heard back from one.
well, we had a town manager that burnt that bridge, lit it on fire, poured gasoline on it again and exploded it. So,
There you go.
I'm trying really hard to patch things up and
Well, maybe my
I-
manager.
So they're not interested in bidding on
They
it,
were a little bit ticked, I think.
that was my understanding.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Well,
I think in order to get this ball rolling,
in a little bit of defense, it is a good thing to change auditing.
I
firms.
agree.
And
Oh,
we've
yeah,
used that same
absolutely.
firm for a long time,
Like a really long
and
time.
you need to change. I've been involved with ones that don't change, and all of a sudden there's a problem.
You know, we were burnt before though, too,
Yeah.
just prior to this, so
Well,
that's why I'm,
Well,
yeah,
but,
I agree.
you
At
have
some
to-
point.
but when you get rid of one, you don't burn the bridge.
Yeah.
That's right, that's what we
Which
did.
is what's happened, but I guess. I don't like the timeliness of how this
I
came
don't
to us,
either.
it's ridiculous. So I
Sure.
guess I would, I mean, there's nothing else we can do but have this firm again. But I do think we need to try to mend with Sullivan and
Mend some
Powers.
fences.
And
yeah.
see if maybe in another year or two,
put
we
out a
can
good
get
bid.
them, cause 5 years is long enough to be with anybody.
Yep.
Does
You
the
need to
contract
change.
include a product date, a completion date?
They don't, but I do know that they said, one, they've worked on their issues and the new regulations that they've been handed from the federal government GAP, which is generally accepted accounting principles, which even governments have to fall under to a certain extent. And they are hoping, and they've hired more people, so they're hoping that they will be able
Could we
to.
try to attach a completion date? When ideally should we have it?
We should have it before town meeting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would put that right with a check.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Contractor gonna do it.
I am
Will
going
they,
to,
will they give us a presentation like,
They didn't even do that.
no, I know,
They
cause,
used to come down and do it.
Sullivan and Powers used to,
Always
like, actually come to a select board meeting and,
except
us
for
the
last
highlights,
year,
you know?
they did not come the last year.
Or more than that, was it one or two that they,
that they
Sullivan
stopped doing
Powers
it.
didn't come?
Cause they didn't come the year I started.
A presentation would be great, if not, I mean, at least getting it before town
In a
meeting, so we
timely
can all
manner.
go over it, you know,
And I can request those.
yeah.
Yeah,
And like I said, I'm gonna try to get as early as humanly possible.
Okay.
For our audit, so that they have. They didn't start it until late September
Okay.
last year, so.
Okay,
so our information is ready and available to them at the end of, like, early in July?
We can get most of it by then. There is gonna be some stuff because the way we're municipalities are not, you usually have either accrued or cash basis. Governmental accounting is a modified accrual basis. So if somebody pays their taxes late into August, you can push that revenue back into June. So we technically, some of the stuff we're not gonna be able to complete until August 30th, but we can get enough of it. And our delinquencies are not that significant at this point. So it wouldn't be that bad to push back just a little bit we do have. So I think it would be okay. From what I've seen in the entries that we've had to do in the past to shove things into the right year buckets, I think it would be doable.
all right, we ready for a vote? Does anybody have any other questions on that?
We are.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I,
Any
Really?
opposed?
I'll say aye, but reluctantly.
Okay.
Way to be reluctant, Tom.
This will be my last time. It doesn't
Okay.
go good.
well,
All right.
we don't get it on time. Yeah,
Mhm. That was your main issue, Tom?
Yeah, that, and, I just, they didn't do it way.
No,
Yeah.
wait,
we don't get
Oh, yeah.
was here, they came and did a presentation.
Mhm.
All right,
Hey, can I ask one question, Dan, about this before we're all done with that? So I know audits usually get done every year. We have an issue with the lack of auditors. Is there any chance that we could move to go into a 2-year audit program?
I don't believe
Why
so,
not?
because, our USDA grants require an audit every year. An annual audit in order for us,
All of our work for the USDA grants?
for our water sewer and everything, yes, it's
So the whole town has to get audited just for that?
because we have several grants through USDA.
See,
and
there's the problem.
loans.
well, I don't disagree, I mean, what are the grants compared to the, right, I mean,
They are substantial, I mean, there's your USDA loans that are mapped out, I mean, they're millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
again,
Well, I
I
know
don't,
that,
I
I'm
don't
just
disagree
saying,
that it's.
There's a stipulation.
I know,
I
I
think
know, it's,
Probably project the time that they've got to spend to do an audit. And if they're doing 2 years, I don't know if they save much or not.
I'm just, sometimes you ask the other question.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because, you know, these expenses every year for late delivery on product is
Yeah.
kind of getting old.
The only other thing you can do, I believe, as a town is you can vote to do, in-house audit, so you have people from the community that run as auditors and they audit your books. You're taking a risk that they don't know what they're doing, you're taking a risk that they don't have the financial.
We have that
data.
risk with some of these firms.
I am fully aware
No,
of
I'm
that.
I'm seriously.
Oh, I'm fully aware of
Yeah,
that, I'm
yeah.
just letting you know that there are some towns that still have in-house audits.
If you think of any options for this, I think we should review in the future. If
Yeah,
that's
we'll keep
possible,
an
it
open
would meet our
mind going
criteria
forward,
for
I guess.
USDA. I think
going
we should look
forward,
at it.
Yeah.
If you have any ideas, I think you should
And
put them forward.
What I can do is,
Why don't you finish up your credentials.
Oh, my God, yeah, and why don't you get that CPA?
I would have to go work for a public, accounting firm for a minimum of 6 years.
Jeez.
Fraud examiners 3, cause that was one of the things I was
I
actually
was just
looking at
wondering if there
doing.
might be some stipulations in the USD agreements that we could. Or
I-
ask for a variance, you never know.
You never know.
I
How
can
do
look,
we solicit
But-
these bids?
so the last time that we ended up with RHR, we put it out to bid and we actually physically mailed copies. I got a hold of Sarah Macy, who's like an accounting guru when it comes to governmental accounting she did work for VLCT, now she works for the city of St. Albans. And she gave me 4 firms that have done municipal audits before. I sent it to all 4 and none of them actually responded. And then Dave had used RHR before, so he got on the phone and begged. And that's how we ended up with RHR.
All right, let's
Good.
move on to, Route 7, no, parking signs. So, I was glad to see
Yeah. I saw
that we can, ticket for parking on the sidewalk without signs everywhere. Because does anyone else notice that all of a sudden there are people parking on sidewalks like consistently all
Yeah.
through the village?
All
Like
through
all of a sudden, like everywhere I look.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there was the church recently, I guess.
They asked
Did
for
they give you a heads
permission.
up that that was?
That
going
was
on?
for a funeral Saturday at 11, and we also had an event at the elementary school
Okay,
because
yeah.
it was the
Yep.
indoor yard sale event thing for
Okay,
first
yeah.
response. So they did come and ask, and
Well, that's good.
Which is good that that's, but I just in general, I mean, I'm just like seeing it everywhere and it's, yeah. I mean, it's
Trashy looking.
not even
It's
that, I
unsafe.
mean, we just paved all those.
Yeah,
and
and it's not safe.
They're not
It's
meant,
close
they're meant to
Route
hold
7.
people
People
walking, not ton,
Yeah, not
ton,
for
you know,
parking.
But
one ton
they-
pickup truck or whatever, and then also people walking. Shouldn't, that's the whole point of
Shouldn't-
sidewalks is to keep people safe, not to have them go in the road. Or in the case of my son recently had to go in front of someone's front yard where then a dog came out and tried to bite him when he was,
Yeah.
because there was a big truck was blocking the sidewalk. Like, it's just like not cool.
Can we put
So
something
we
in our
can't ticket
newsletter?
without
We-
signs up,
yeah,
without
so-
signs up.
That's,
Wow.
you know,
Let's ticket them.
And Furnace Road is another place where if somebody's turning left, I watched, and I won't say the company's name, but a very major company in this area, one of their trucks driving right down our side around a truck. And it was like, really? You know, you got a big green name on the back?
you know, a couple times, obviously, since living there, I'm there all the time, ready to take a left, and sometimes I'll see somebody behind me and I don't mean to be a jerk, but it makes me mad, so I'll like move my car over so that they can't go, but it's like, I'm like, why are you gonna drive on the sidewalk?
Well,
Wait,
yeah,
wait 10
10
seconds.
seconds, exactly.
So,
And they're down here, they're parking so close to the road that their car's gonna get hit. They're within a foot.
yeah,
Where's this travel? Right in the village.
Right in the village.
On the hill before Kamut is there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The new
Right by
sidewalk.
Glitter Store.
sometimes
Yeah.
they are
Yes.
within a foot of the.
Oh, yeah,
travel
no,
course
they're
line.
right there,
They're
yeah.
right
All
there.
right, well.
Yeah,
yeah, and there's a couple trucks consistently in front of one of the houses that's, over by the old, did you just say Poro's Pizza Pit? Were you just talking about
Yes.
that? Yeah,
Yeah, down there.
yep.
Joe Store, yeah.
So we can have the police department can ticket them for
Yeah.
this.
They all, and
Let's go.
again, I walk that enough, there's a lot of parking behind all those houses, so I'm not sure why, you know.
I don't wanna walk that day. So let's go and ticket it. Let's put
So-
signs up.
Right, so there's that, and then, but that's really not even I kind of went a little off topic there, because really, it's about the town was told to remove the no parking signs because they were installed by the town without a permit.
And I don't remember that myself. They've been there for years. No,
So, but some of, they're mostly gone, I'm
They're all
noticing
gone.
they're
they're
all
all
missing,
gone,
okay,
they're all gone.
yep.
Must be short and stuff. to
So
do.
we need to do that, have the state. do
So my question, which is why I was on here, do you want me to go through the formal request
Sure.
of official no parking?
that. Hell, yes,
Yes, please.
definitely.
So it was the state that had a problem with our no parking signs?
Yes, because
Evidently.
we didn't go through a formal request process.
Apparently they got some new honcho down there that
Doesn't have anything else to do.
Nothing else to do.
flapping his wings and saying, you know, they didn't do that right, so, you know,
And
don't get me going on.
Too bad we couldn't find paperwork that we did.
Exactly, I know.
And he spelled weather wrong, but that's okay.
That was one that worked.
You know.
Where's my red pen when I need it?
Red pen, red pen.
Oh, yeah, isn't your mom in English, wasn't she an English teacher?
Oh, yeah. Corrected every day.
All right, anything on the orders?
Nope.
Okay, we can
I didn't
start
see
signing
anything.
those.
You
Hey,
want-
so I just went to this, Proctor Select
Oh,
Board
orders.
meeting on Monday night and, they don't sign orders in public. Do we have to do that?
Yes.
Yes, you should.
And I didn't mean to just call them out and I just,
So,
like, I was hoping that the answer was gonna be no. I mean, it just seems like it takes a long.
That's part of the
That's
meeting
an
law.
open meeting law. They're going against it.
Air compressor relocation for $1,300?
Yes, so
What's
that's,
that?
that's the thing that fills their SCBA units and it's a monster
Yeah.
machine.
Why do we have to move them? Why is
we-
it so expensive?
We had to move it because we had to get a new one because our old one was not up to code.
Okay.
So we had to get it up to code and redo wiring, I think, in order to get it up to code.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't get a new one, we just rewired.
We got a new one.
Okay,
I think the fire department paid for it themselves and we paid for
The
rewiring.
one, I guess.
Is that on here?
the SCBA refill station.
Oh, yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, that was, why?
and you want signature on it?
It was one of the
Yeah.
things that I think, Wage Measure or the found or somebody like that that came and did the inspections.
Okay, that was the only question.
Them to sign that.
Yes, because I need a check for it and it's not on the orders.
Is it an ad 13?
Years ago, we used to go through it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you all have to sign that, she just said, because
Oh,
that's
we all
the
have to sign
RHR.
Because it's not on any of the orders and I need a check before our next meeting in order to meet the requirements. So Helen told me if I had all of you sign the invoice that she was.
A minute, like-
No, 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 no.
This, let's sign that one too.
Oh, no, don't sign that one.
No, why haven't so
That
much
one-
problems
no.
down there?
No.
Tom,
Why haven't so many problems?
give me
Well,
that,
because you're doing.
give me that back.
See, I
That's
told
not.
you, that's why I got problems. She's throwing stuff
You're not
in.
potentially-
I thought we were redoing this. We're not ready for that.
That's
I
not
thought-
the nudity ours. Nudity
Oh,
ours
that's
is right
over
here.
What is that one?
It says public nudity ordinance.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it says right on there.
Says right on it, nudity.
Throw that back then.
All right, throw that back. to them.
These two already signed. And, did you sign too? I see. We caught it over here.
Oh, that's, I shredded the last one that you guys all signed without any of us realizing it too. so
Back,
Yep,
that goes back.
I'm gonna
Don't-
shred
The shred.
it.
See,
Take paper flip out.
I'm just moving them as I'm giving them,
Yeah.
you're just
yeah, I
like,
guess we better. set
We're
up-
reviewing on this
We're
side.
reviewing one.
they're the reviewers down there.
Tom is not the auditor in question.
No.
Don't forget you have liquor board too, and I
I
have that
know.
here to sign when you guys.
Actually, I'm gonna start doing that, well,
So this-
now.
This invoice from RHR,
We have to put
is-
50%.
I get that, but that's 50% ahead.
Yeah.
Don't get on.
That's mine. That's mine.
Speed it up here. I gotta look, I'm
having to hold this.
I am looking.
Is that it?
A little bit of caution here.
I think so.
There.
Until you approve this, and then we're just gonna send this around to make Helen happy.
Yeah, okay, so, recess our open meeting and open up as the liquor board where we have Rolling Roosters First Class Restaurant Bar License.
Been no issues there, right?
No one
She
issues.
just renewed
Motion
her
to
contract
approve.
for 3 years.
Make a motion, we approve it.
Already did, you gotta second it. You gotta open your
I
ears.
did before
Any
you did.
questions about that?
I'll second it.
Okay.
What's my
No,
first?
they're
don't
staying
second.
now,
Okay,
it's exciting, I know.
You
Yeah,
just
but I
signed a
did do
3-year
it.
contract.
That's
No, I did it and you started talking.
Wait, where do I call for a
Kids and I
vote?
stayed there twice recently.
They're open for brunch on Sundays now.
Yeah, we went on Sundays, it was delicious, Brogan got like a breakfast burger.
Everybody wants to sign this one back?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Anyways, all in favor, say aye. Okay, leaving liquor board, opening back up as select board. And if I could please have a, hold on, I can't do two things at the same time.
Can't talk and chew gum at the same time.
May I please have a motion to go into executive session in accordance with one VSA 313A, where premature general public knowledge would clearly place the municipality or person involved at a substantial disadvantage to discuss the appointment, employment, or evaluation of a public officer or employee, provided that a public body must make the final hiring or appointment decision and explain its reasons for the decision in open meeting. One VSA 313A3 to include the interim town manager.
So approved.
Second? Do I have a
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that ends our open meeting. Thank you.
Thank everybody for coming.
Great support from our public.
Dude, I did feel bad. I really should have mentioned Proctor. I didn't.